Hello everyone, this is Vedasti K. Welcome to the channel, our channel of 7 September TV. It's my pleasure today to have this conversation about the value that was attached to the cow in the traditional Rwanda. We are going to start from different things that the cow, the roles that the cow played in the culture of traditional Rwanda. Some of the values are still taking place nowadays. So the questions that we are going to be asking ourselves, the first one is, how was the cow used to bring or to entertain people in the traditional Rwanda? The second question is what kind of duties that are attached to the cow or that were attached to the cow in the traditional Rwanda, in the Rwandan culture. The following question is, how do Rwandans consider the milk of the cow? And again, how do the milk bring or help the children in having good health? And the last question that we are going to be focusing more on is, how were the cows used in telling different hours or different time of the day? So mainly, those are the things that you're going to be looking at in this presentation that you're going to have. Starting from the early time of the exploration, so normally Rwandans were not able to count until the first explorer from German came by the name of Oscar Baumann in 1892. Oscar Baumann was from Austria, was an Austrian, and then we had Gustav Adolf Graf von Goten from German, who came to Rwanda in 1894. After these guys, these explorers, we had the missionaries, and these missionaries were the Roman Catholic missionaries. So they settled in Rwanda in 1900 up to 1916. So they are the ones, these missionaries are the ones who started teaching Rwandans how to count. They counted from, of course, they counted numbers. And as you know very well, when we are telling time, we actually use the numbers. And then the question is, before the missionaries and before the German people came to Rwanda, how were the Rwandans counting or telling different times of a day? So we are starting with the time that was used on the side of the cows. Normally, it was common everywhere in Rwanda that the cows go to the pasture in the morning around 8:30 in the morning, and people would see by like mentioning morning hours that I will come to visit you when the cows are going to graze. And especially you immediately understand that this person will be coming to see you around 8:30 or 30 minutes past 8. So the other person would say, I will come to see you when the cows are going to graze. So actually, the calves would not go to graze at the same time with the elder cows, because the calves would go there when when it is not too early in the morning. That would be around 9 a.m. in the morning, and it was common all over the country. So the person could get the meaning of the time, and the person could go or could like understand the time that the other person is mentioning. So people would also say, I'll come to see you when the cows are going to drink water in the river. Actually, the cows used to go to drink water in the river around noon. Most of the time, that means past noon. So the person would say, okay, it's no problem. I will come to visit you, or we shall be meeting when the cows are going to drink water. And that's exactly afternoon, before 1 and 12 noon. The other time people used to say that was attached to the cow, it was in the evenings. Some people could say, it's okay, we shall meet when the cows are getting back home. And automatically you would hear that is 6 p.m. Sometimes also people could say, I will come to visit you when the cows are going back from the river, Abakukayinga, and that means around 1 p.m. And that's how the time was calculated. Using what? Using the cows. Going back to the culture, to the Rwandan culture, and similar to other cultures in the East Africa, the cow was very valued and it was attached to almost. The cow had the same values almost to them human beings. Having the cow getting the pregnancy of 9 months, and at the same time people having 9 months of pregnancy, people were always considering the cow as half human being. And that's why you could see someone mistreating the cow, and people would say that person does not have the heart. That's to say the person was not really considering the cows as it should be. The cow was used mostly in the entertainment, and I'm going to be mentioning some of the aspects that the cow was really used in the entertainment. In the evening, that is around 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. In the traditional Rwanda, people used to sit down and start singing for the cows, and of course some of them were milking the cows and was singing for the cows, and the cows were trained. They could like shake their horns, they could march, and people could jump, and that was really fantastic. Secondly, in the traditional Rwanda, someone who was really dancing well with the arms, and they could attach that style with the cow that had got long horns. The color of the cow was also very impressive and was very considered. The white cow was always appreciated, as long as the brown cows as well. So the people could sing different colors of the cows because they wanted to mean something very important that was attached to the cow. There was also another aspect. Someone would say, this person has got the eyes that are similar to the eyes of the cow. Les yeux revolvers en français, which meant to say someone was always having very beautiful eyes. that are similar to the eyes of the cow, of the calf. I don't know, it might sound different in other cultures, but in the African cultures, especially sub-Saharan cultures, people consider, they look at the beauty of the calves and they attach people's beauty with the beauty of the cow. The cow was giving milk, and that was considered as good health. If someone had like 5 cows that have the babies, if I can say so, and the children were able to drink the milk, and that family was considered as a family that has got good health. The cows also were like considered as wealth. Someone who was owning more than like 20 cows, a person was considered as a rich person nowadays. So let us talk about the taboos that were attached to the cow in the traditional Rwanda. Some of the taboos are associated to the milk. It was not allowed to drink the milk when you were standing. So people had a belief that once you drink the milk when you are standing, the cows might also be like not stable or not giving enough milk. So people were supposed to drink milk when they are seated. It wasn't allowed to eat the beef, that is the cow's meat, when you have already eaten the fish or the pork. That wasn't really accepted, and even today some people are still valuing having that kind of belief. So I don't know what about today. People can tell me in the comments what they do. So another thing, most of the times the cows were in the pasture outside grazing in the rain, and the thunder or the lightning could hit the cows. It was allowed to eat those kind of meat from the cows that were hit by the thunder. So what they had to do, they had to bring a traditional doctor to like give the medicine, and after giving the medicine, of course with some words around it, and then they could eat the cow, the meat. So another aspect is associated with the big calabash that was used to shake the milk. So people are shaking the milk in the big calabash that's called the isawo. That is like a big container of the milk. So that calabash was not supposed to be broken by any person. So by holding it, you had to take it with care, tie it carefully somewhere, and protect it so that no one breaks it down. And of course there are sayings behind the big calabash called Isao. Someone who has got a size that is similarly to the way it looks like, they could attach it as the beauty of, especially for the women or girls. They can also have the medicine, especially with the butter. They could heat the butter, boil it. When someone has got some skin burns, and they could use it to heal that person, and eventually even now I think it works. Then you can try it and see. Once you have got the burns, maybe from your skin, from the feet or the arms or the face, try to boil the butter and then use it, apply it to the burns, and then see what happens. Lastly, we had the names of different people in the traditional Rwanda that had got the names of the cows. So people could get the names that are associated to the cows. Some people could be named Zaninga, which means bring cows, Giringa, which means have cows, and that shows how the cow was really important in the culture of Rwandans or in the lives of Rwandans. So we love you so much. I just want to invite you to also take time and listen to the version we have in Kinyarwanda. I've decided to talk about this version in English, and I've summarized it so that the person who is not able to understand exactly what you have mentioned in Kinyarwanda to be able to understand it in English. Thank you very much. I love you, and do not forget to subscribe and comment on our YouTube channel, which is 7 September TV. Thank you.